Bam ba bam 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 ba bam 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 ba 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 bam bam ba bam bam. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Scrappy, and it's that time of the season again where I give you guys tips on how to master my favorite legend, Loba, in season 19 of Apex Legends. Without further ado, let's get it. A little background information on me just in case you didn't know. But I used to be the #1 Loba for kills from season 9 to season 17, I think. And I recently lost that title because I haven't played on console, which was my #1 Loba account, since season 12. I have over 123,000 kills with her on my console account and 25,000 kills with her on my PC account. And I haven't made a video about this just yet, but I'm actually switching back to console permanently so I can take back that #1 Loba title. So if that excites you or makes you happy in any way, make sure you leave a like, comment, and hit that sub button as well. Now let's get into the video. The first tip I want to give you guys is like a piece of advice. I want to preface this advice by saying Loba will always be a viable option, but as the meta becomes increasingly more dependent on legends that have super powerful abilities, it kind of weakens her a little bit. Think of legends like Bangalore, Catalyst, Horizon, Conduit, Revenant, super powerful legends that are so prevalent in today's meta. As a Loba main, it kind of makes it difficult to fight against legends like that, since everybody is crushing legends that are so dynamically powerful within fights. Loba doesn't really change the dynamic of a fight, since all she has is a bracelet. And this is why it makes it very important for you to understand how exactly you should be playing Loba right now. And if you don't understand how to, then you can easily become a burden to your team. Which leads me into my second tip. To play Loba effectively, especially at the higher ranks, you must learn and master the anchor role. This is a term that I've mentioned before, but I haven't gone into great detail about it. The anchor role is essentially the last line of defense on your team. Much like an anchor holds down the weight of a ship. As an anchor in Apex, you kind of hold it down for your team. So this will often consist of you taking angles and playing isolated away from your teammates to cover their angles for them so they can escape, heal up, take new angles, whatever it may be. She's able to play this role effectively because of her bracelet. Her bracelet allows her to escape very quickly, to rotate between angles smoothly, to take high ground, and to fall back to your teammates very quickly as well. Fortunately for a lot of Loba mains out there, they don't understand this concept. The only reason why they use Loba is to run away, or as we saw a lot in the last two previous seasons, to rat. But how can you go about playing this anchor role more effectively while using Loba? As I mentioned before, you are the last line of defense. You must learn to take positions that will prevent you from taking as much damage as possible. So if you're getting pushed very aggressively and one of your teammates is weak or needs to heal, or you just have to buy time in any way, shape, or form, you must learn as a Loba main to hold the position that you're in even if you're isolated with no support. The enemy team will continue rushing you. In that window, you must try to do as much damage as possible from whatever angle that you're in to slow down that enemy's team's push and to buy you and your teammates time to do whatever it is that you guys need to do. And once the enemy team breaks your front line of defense, which is you, all you'll simply have to do is turn around and brace it back to your teammates and to continue that process such as that. And that's why she's such a good legend for the anchor role, because she's able to teleport out of situations quicker than any other legend in the game. You could wait until the last absolute second before you have to retreat back to your teammates or to another advantageous position. And that right there is exactly why a lot of Loba mains are disrespected. They simply don't know how to fulfill that role. A lot of Loba mains will haphazardly throw their bracelet around. This will often lead them to their death. Again, at that point, you become a burden to your team. And it's okay to use your bracelet aggressively. In fact, I do encourage that. But you have to master what I just mentioned before you play her in any other way. So if you feel like you have a solid grasp on that, then this next tip will be for you. This tip will primarily revolve around how to use her aggressively. You should never, under any circumstance, throw your bracelet into a team without knowing the enemy's whereabouts. Instead, once you have taken a few seconds to gather some information on the enemy team, then you can start to use her aggressively. That will usually occur once you or your teammates have done significant amount of damage to the enemy team, which provides you an opening to bracelet onto them, since at that point, they'll be healing or reviving or whatever. And at that point, she kind of assumes the fragger role. Although I'll play the anchor role a lot of the time, there is an equal amount of time where I do end up playing that entry fragger role as well, and I end up getting the first knock on her team. I'm only able to do this because her bracelet is very versatile, just like I mentioned earlier. Loba is like water. She can fill the shape of whatever object she is placed in. And that's why after all of these years, I'm still playing her. She is the perfect legend for players that are methodical or strategic in their gameplay. Players that think outside the box and that see the bigger picture typically do very well with Loba. And that's why I enjoy Loba so much, because she has a lot of depth to her that goes unnoticed at face value. Which is also why, if you are a new or old Loba main, you must be watching these videos. It will only enhance your gameplay with Loba. And if you're solo queuing or looking to play ranked and gain a lot of RP, Loba is a really good pick. As a support character, she has the ability to craft banners, which mitigates potential RP loss and leads to more consistent positive RP gains. And if you're not that much of a ranked player but you do play a lot of pubs, she's perfect for getting a lot of kills and doing a lot of damage game after game. Her movement paired with her ultimate, which provides you all the loot that you need at any point of the game, makes it very easy to farm a lot of damage and a lot of kills, which is exactly how I was able to drop 30,000 kills in Season 9 while only playing 3,800 games. So hopefully by now you can see why I've been vouching for Loba for so long. Are there legends that are more suitable for taking fights and being aggressive? Of course. And are there more legends that are more suitable for defensive strategy? Yes, of course. The beauty about Loba is that she's one of the few legends that can play many roles at once. And she does it effectively if you know how to do so, which is why I try to give you guys so much insight about her, because to be a very solid Loba main, you must be a very solid player, and vice versa, of course. So take some time to digest the concepts that I've given you guys. Feel free to comment any questions that you may have that I didn't go over in this video. Perfect the role of the anchor, and only until you do that should you finally learn how to play her more aggressively. I like to think of Loba as the backbone support of your team, hence why she's a support character, but she's the only support character with movement, which makes her so different from the rest of the support group. So I wish you guys best of the luck the rest of the season, whether if you're kill grinding, rank grinding, or just having some fun. Whatever game mode that you play while playing Loba, or anybody for that matter, I wish you success, and thank you for always coming back and supporting me. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, and let's make our way to 100K. Best of luck, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bam 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 bam